Hello everyone, it's me again for another video. And this video is going to be about my nclex journey, about how I passed my nclex on my second take. Just for you to know, the first time I took nclex was around April 2021, and that was still the old style, old gen nclex, so there were no case studies yet. If you want, I'll have another video on what was my experience during the first take. So for my second take, the date that I took that was August 2023. So yeah, 2 years before I took my second take. Was already a new gen NCLEX, and that is why I was, of course, still more anxious because, of course, I already knew the feeling of failing. I passed with the minimum items, number of items, so I stopped at 85. I wouldn't say I was 100% sure that I passed that second take. I just had an idea, or I just had a hint, because most of my questions were case study questions. I had like 6 sets of case study questions. So just count that within the 85 items. And most of my questions were difficult ones. You have the SATA, prioritization and delegation questions, and all of that. This is still a disclaimer that this is no assurance. If you've experienced that in your recent NCLEX exam, I wouldn't say that you're 100% passed, because I also had a friend. I wasn't sure about her description. She said she had a lot of case study questions, but at the same time, she felt the questions were too easy. And after that, she failed. It all boils down to preparation, right? So first is the materials. So FYI, I am enrolled in a review until you pass promo program of Amplified NCLEX by Sir JM. The program is you just review and review and review until you pass. It's unlimited. I am also sponsored by an agency. I'm not sure if I should say it here, but if you want to know, just comment down below. So I'm sponsored by an agency, and they gave me free materials as well. They gave me, I can't exactly remember the books. Okay, so I think just for overall fundamentals, I really use Saunders. They gave me a free access with that book, 2 editions, just some aids. We have like Climic audios, but those things are free if you just really know where to search it or where to find it. They also gave me like their very own materials during my first take, when I was near my exam date. I think like 2 months before my exam date, I bought a plan from Archer and UWorld. Then on my second take, did not buy any from those two. So that's just for comparison. So the reason why I did not buy again during my second take, because I just really learned from my own experience that, overwhelming myself with so many materials, so many sources, it kind of overwhelms me and overstimulates me, and it did not help. It's kind of like a gamble, really, during my second take. I was more conservative in my approach when it came to my second take. So less materials, less resources, just focusing on one legit material, one legit source. So where did I get my QBank questions when I did not install Archer and UWorld? So I got that from, again, my review center, which is Amplified by Sir JM. Again, I'm not sponsored by Sir JM, but this is just for information purposes. So yeah, he has a lot of good QBank questions. And what I like about getting the QBank questions from him directly is that he already made QBank test questions from his own, and he also got some from Archer and New World and Rachel Allen. I think is that the right name? And Saunders. So everything was a mix because that was part of the plan that was part of the promo that we paid in his program, that we have access to QBank questions of his Archer and UWorld account. So we've got the materials, the QBank questions, now the strategy. So I think I already gave you a glimpse a while ago as I've explained. During my first take, I'm going to take it all in as much as I can. All resources, all available resources, all available review materials. I'm going to take it all. And yeah, I think I ended up really overwhelmed by it. So, by my second take, I just made it more conservative approach, just focusing on one or two review materials and then one set of like QBanks or one source of QBank questionnaires. It is only by the grace of God that I was able to pass my second take because there were some unusual strategies that I made during my second take. Just to give you an idea, the unusual thing that I did was I just studied for like 1 week before my exam and it worked, aka cramming, if there's another word for that. So if some of you also had the same experience and it worked, then I can relate to you. Like to share more of that, how it happened, how I strategized that one, how it for me became effective. But again, that's for another video. Reason why I chose Amplified because it's the cheapest one and it's the most accessible. Mostly met my needs when it comes to the schedule of my work, the nature of my work. So, um, FYI, Amplified is full on online. JM just records all his lectures. So anytime, free time, you can just watch his videos. You don't really need to attend his live online classes. Methods of how I study really is just I'm still like an old school type of student. I like to write. So some would put like visuals on their rooms, put manila papers there. Some would make flashcards. Me, I didn't do anything of that. I just old school wrote everything, all of my notes in one notebook. Well, I guess that's it, guys. If you want to know more on the NCLEX journey, how I overcame my first failure of NCLEX, and what happened throughout the process of that 2 years of preparation, we can do another video for that. My NCLEX journey was one of the highlights in my life, most especially in my faith, because I think made me rekindle my relationship with him. God revealed so many things during that season, and that is why I think for me it is important to share this to others because I know many of you did not pass the first take, the second take, the third take. Some are still contemplating if they still want to retake it. And I'm going to say it now. Yes, retake the NCLEX exam. Okay. I mean, this is cliche. Everything has a purpose. The waiting time is not a wasted time. God is building something within you. That's why He's just allowing all of this. But once you conquer it, it's so worth it. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.